Okay then, Helldivers, it is Christmas morning and we have still got a lot to go over today, so a massive, massive Merry Christmas to all of you guys, and hopefully you enjoy your festive season massively. Thank you so much for an incredible week, and hopefully you guys do enjoy it. But we have still got quite a bit to go through today, as we have got a brand new stratagem hitting the listing, as well as a new major order and confirmation that the black hole may not actually be a black hole. We've got loads to dive on into with the festive greeting. So with that being said, if you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be so greatly appreciated. And very quickly, make sure you check out our sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can buy your video games cheaper for PC, console, with the best deals, offers, promotions and discounts. Up to 70% off. It's a no-brainer. Link in the description, and let's dive on into the game and see what it is that's happening right now. So starting off, we have got a success mission coming up from late last night, where we managed to complete the major order, and it did not disappoint, as it gave us some deep information with regards to the black hole. It states right here: decisive fascism repulsion operations by the Helldivers in vicinity of Fenrir 3 has facilitated the safe construction of a new center of science. Top astrophysicists from the Ministry of Science have convened there to closely study the Meridian Singularity. Already, the project has yielded valuable insights, and the singularity is not, as many uninformed lay people may assume, a typical black hole. It is, in fact, the first observed instance of a wormhole, a tunnel in space-time connecting two disparate points in space. Much more remains to be investigated, and it is unclear if the wormhole formed recently or if it has existed for some time already. A connection to the recent Illuminate attacks is one of many threads being pursued. So it is exactly what it is that you guys thought it was going to be, and that is going to be a wormhole that is taking us through to a new dimension point. Now, what this means is, well, I think we know what this means and what it is that's going to be coming out of that black hole. The likelihood is there's going to be a load of tentacles and calamari looking people. This is likely to be an interesting week indeed, although we have got a new 3-day major order, which would imply that the likelihood is we're not going to be seeing anything over the Christmas period, and rightly so. I think it's time for the Helldivers to have a little bit of a rest, and that is exactly what this new major order is about, with a new Festival of Reckoning seasonal time period coming into play. As your new briefing states right here, today citizens from across the Federation will observe one of the most special holidays, a joyous celebration of love, family and the pursuit of peace, the Festival of Reckoning. The 3-day Festival of Reckoning makes use of the specially allocated Reckoning Fund, set aside each year to finance an exhilarating expenditure of ordnance against the enemies of democracy. Families gather to witness their Helldivers avenge all their loved ones lost this year. Each of the 3 days has special theme determined by the Ministry of Prosperity this year. On the first day of Reckoning, their Helldivers are given access to a bounty of incendiary weapons. As families and communities watch the death toll rise, they can also take advantage of deep discounts on consumer goods. The higher the death toll, the greater the savings. A vengeful festival for all, which is absolutely hilarious, and I love it. But as you may well think, you are now going to be running into the game with a flamethrower attachment that you are going to have guaranteed, as well as now a brand new stratagem that you have already got unlocked, which is the Wasp launcher. Now, this is a stratagem that you guys may have already utilized during a bit of a test period earlier on in the week, but the STA X3 Wasp launcher is currently available in your stratagems chip management. You will not be able to purchase it. For some reason, it must be bugged out because we've got access to it, so it states that we own it, although you should be able to get hold of this full toll in a few days likelihood, especially once we have the full access. And yes, it's been an interesting one indeed, with a brand new stratagem, one that we are able to use, and hopefully over the next 2 days we'll have 2 new things that we can unlock usage of as a guaranteed 5th stratagem slot inside of the game for the next remaining 2 days of Reckoning. Now, obviously you guys have got a new major order, and that is just to hold super Earth when the order expires, and we've got 3 days for that one during the festive season. Now, a lot of you guys have been panicking, and with nearly 10,000 upvotes, this one states right here, why would we not be able to hold Super Earth? Is anyone else concerned by this wording? Now, for those of you guys who are new to the game, you do not need to worry. This is exactly what we had on Liberty Day. You obviously have to not worry about that. The Super Earth is not going to be taken, but in other words, relax. It's just a chance for people to enjoy the holidays and play whatever front they want without a worry of an MO. Don't panic, that is all. Carry on. A very, very helpful Reddit post indeed, because yes, you don't have to worry whatsoever. This is essentially Arrowhead saying, you guys can chill out now, go and enjoy your holidays. Don't panic, Super Earth will not be attacked. I mean, how cruel would it be on Christmas Day if they attacked Super Earth? Jeez, man, that would be an outrageous move. Although you have been rewarded just 1. Yes, that's right. You would have seen this graphic pop up on your screen when you logged in today, and do not worry, you've not missed out on absolutely anything. That is the Wasp launcher. You obviously now will have access to it, and once we don't have access to it, you can then unlock it via your stratagem listing. And for those of you guys who spend your life on the internet and will be on Discord or on Reddit today, as confirmed by B Vitamin, and I don't know why you'd have to confirm this, I feel like this would be an obvious one, but it states it's Christmas. I wouldn't expect any answers from anyone at Arrowhead today. So, from us here at Super Earth, and all Helldivers alike, to the people of Arrowhead Game Studio, thank you so much for an incredible year, and thank you so much for a lot of ups and downs, and some amazing memories, and a very, very Merry Christmas to everybody inside of the Arrowhead Games Studios development team. Thank you so much. We have got to take a look at your top comments, and then we will leave you to your festivities. Thank you again for being such incredible people and absolutely changing my life this year. Helldivers as an overall has been a franchise which has affected me in so many ways you have no idea. Nonetheless, let's dive into the comments and see what it is you got to say before we can get you go. It states, reminder once again, this is at most a mid-sized studio in the grand scheme of things, and still ramping up to support one of the biggest games of the decade. It can take up to 18 months for a new developer to get fully up to speed, which means if they started hiring literally day of release, their new hires would still be ramping up. They are a phenomenal job when you consider that they have to support a game that AAA studios have trouble doing with AAA size staff. And now that is a very solid point, although I don't like to use it as an excuse. They have obviously designed the game, built the game, and you don't release a game thinking it's not going to do well. You kind of hope that it's going to be that Big Bang Theory, but nonetheless, they have done incredible, and they are growing in size and will continue to do incredible things. Nonetheless, this next one right here states, today my little cousin wanted to hear about the game and ended up being interested in the black hole on Meridia. He suggested that we tie a big rope around it and try to go in or shoot it with a really powerful gun, an Uzi. I absolutely loved that, and hopefully your little cousin obviously gets their hands on one of our guns, jumps into one of our suits, and starts fighting for democracy, because that is exactly what we love to hear here. Nonetheless, this final one right here states, all I want is to have the helmets have passives on their own, like being able to spot outlines of samples or enemies, maybe a binocular function, or even a higher damage reduction to headshots. Now, this is something that they obviously have spoken about. It is not likely that is going to happen. Now, why is that the case? Well, at the moment, until the cross-factioning works with the customization, and you can cross over different armor sets and change the colorization of them, there's no way this is ever going to work. What it will mean is that you'll look like you are inside of a thrift shop with maybe a blue helmet and a red armor set. It just won't work, mainly because if you apply certain passives to helmets, then the sets then may not match, and it just doesn't work until they get the customization in place. So fingers crossed we can have customization come into play for armor sets, and then maybe later down the line gain some passives for the cloaks and also for the helmets. I think that would be really cool, but they obviously have to go about it in regards to how a Helldiver will look, because they also don't want to make them look undemocratically stupid. Nonetheless, that's unfortunately we've got time for today. Thank you so much again for watching, guys, and have an amazing, amazing day with your families. Remember, gaming is important, but the family is the most important thing in the world. So enjoy your festive days and have a very, very Merry Christmas. Thank you so much again for an incredible year. I appreciate all of you. And as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.